Titans. Today is Friday, September 22nd, 2017, and you're watching this year's first edition of Cen10 News. I'm SORNA TAGHIZADEH.
And I'm DONISI.
With the new school year starting, students are already beginning to feel overwhelmed.
Emma learns valuable ways on how to cope with stress and value our mental health.
Often in high school, mental health is not prioritized, and with the increased stress and pressure, mental health has been pushed down further and further from our top priorities. Our district mental health counselor and students detail how to cope with stress this year and what to keep in mind.
I manage school and my heavy workload by making sure that I find time for myself.
With the mixture of stress and competition, we often forget to prioritize ourselves in the mix of high school.
You are more than your GPA. Yes, continue to do your best, work your hardest, but you have to be well. You know, if you're stressed to the point that you're having thoughts of suicide, or you're so depressed, or you're so overwhelmed that you're panicking, then you're not well. And so your wellness is so much more important than your GPA. We are in a country where you have lots of different ways to get where you want.
In addition to GPA, students have an abundance of extracurriculars that add on to their stress.
Currently, school is a really big stressor, but also all of the extras like trying to get volunteer hours in and trying to apply for colleges and go through that process. And also, I have a really big interest in film, so I'm trying to create stuff for my portfolio, and that's just a whole separate thing from everything else. So I have a lot going on right now, so those are probably my big stressors.
Teachers are often our biggest supporters, but can also be a huge part of our stress.
That when kids mess up and maybe forget to turn in an assignment, or people make mistakes, just to be more understanding, kind of, that we all have lives going on. I mean, most of them are, but for those who aren't.
Reporting from Cen10 News, this has been Emma Bittner.
Having a place where you feel that you belong helps to reduce your stress.
Cen10 has a bunch of new clubs this year.
Last week during Titan Time, we had a brief overview. Ashley has specifics on Centennial's clubs this year.
Everyone deserves to feel like they belong at school, and our clubs at Centennial do a wonderful job of this. We wanted to highlight and showcase a few of the prominent and popular clubs and their officers. These clubs help you to find your place in the Centennial halls this year.
The Computer Science Club is all about, obviously, computer science. We use programming and coding, and we solve problems. Meetings happen on Wednesday mornings at 8 o'clock. Our meetings are in Mr. Hanna's room, which is room A113.
Chess club is pretty much about playing chess. It's open to people that know how to play chess and people that don't know. And it's just a fun club where you sit, relax, and play chess with other people. Meetings happen on Thursdays after school from 4:15 to about 5 p.m. in Coach Hirsch's room. I mean, chess club is pretty fun. There's a lot of people that are interested in it. And then you can play, you can have fun. Sometimes there's food and other things involved. Other times you can compete with other districts. And there are a ton of volunteering opportunities.
STEM Club is the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Club. So it's really just about all of those things and fostering an interest in people for STEM, just in all those areas and stuff. We're having them in the library currently. We might eventually have them in Miss Ewald's room in the BB Hall.
FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. So what we basically do in that club is we go out and do community service and give back to the community, and we also build up like leaders and people our age and get them to be more involved and more outgoing in the club. The meetings happen in Miss Jones' room. We normally have our meetings the first Thursday of every month at 8:20 in the morning and 4:25 in the afternoon.
Cen10 for UNICEF is a collaboration club between UNICEF and PCRF, so it focuses on third world countries, the women and children especially, kind of being able to get money for them and donate it to these third world countries and kind of improve their education and their quality of life. Right now, our meetings are scheduled for the second Tuesday of every month before and after school in Coach Payne's room A122.
French Club is about learning about French culture, and we eat a lot of food all the time because we love to learn about different French holidays and celebrations. French Club meetings, we don't have a set date, but they're always after school, and they're either on like an A day, which is around Tuesdays, and Madam Urquhart's room, which is AA204.
With Cen10 News, this has been Ashley Hilton.
To get even more involved, having school spirit is a must. Patrick has more.
What?
Send out the
I'm just gonna do this whole thing selfie mode, all right? Hi, you may remember me from last year. Looking huge is better than actually being huge. I did such a good job, they told me to come back. Now I'm here to teach you about school spirit. Hey guys, I'm back. How do you guys show school spirit?
We show school spirit by dressing up for game days. And by the way, dress up for neon next week, Friday at Memorial at 7.
Stop! No. This isn't coming out till September 22nd.
Okay, well, never mind.
How do you show school spirit?
By repping the flag runners, repping student council, repping DECA, repping theater, repping everyone.
I mean, looking classy every day as much as I can.
How do I show school spirit? I like to support everything that's going on. I host the Centennial Student Council as well as the flag runners at the football games. I try to come to school with a smile every day and talk about how cool it is to be a Titan with kids.
While school spirit is something we often talk about, there has been a new topic in the halls.
Caroline got the scoop on the advisory period.
New things are going around Centennial this year. For the first time in Centennial's history, we have an advisory period. Let's see how our students and staff feel about this new change.
I don't think that the advisory period helps.
Without a doubt, I believe that advisory will be able to help me.
I think advisory can help students by giving them, there's a lot of different things. I think just the opportunity to have a break from your normal setting in the day, I think that that's nice. I also think the opportunity to meet with your teacher one-on-one. Last week I had an opportunity to work with just 4 or 5 kids and talk about the few topics they were really struggling with. I like that idea, and I think just kind of like a time in the day to catch up is very helpful. So far in social studies, we're using advisory time. We're trying to target specific skills that we know our students need. We're trying to create, so for example, last week, Coach Thompson and I, we were getting ready to give a test, and so we picked the 2 topics that we know students most struggle with, and I provided remediation on one, and then he provided tutoring on the other. This week, we're focusing more on retesting and giving kids opportunity to come back and look over their tests, and just to kind of prepare for next week.
I do believe that some changes should be made, and the changes that I think is adding on maybe another 5 minutes into the advisory period. It seems a little rushed to try to get something important done in that allotted time.
Be made it, or like we could stay in our homeroom advisory classes instead of all going to the cafeteria or something, and that'll just help get more work done.
What changes could be made to advisory? I think it's early yet to decide because we're still working out our kinks. Mr. Singler told me that he had 51 kids in his room yesterday. Obviously that's not going to work, right? And so I think we have to just kind of play with it and see how we can make advisory the most useful to students and to teachers so that we can get the most bang for our buck.
For Cen10 News, this has been Caroline Carrillo.
Something else controversial discussed among the students is the historical statue removal.
Our nation is divided, with people across America protesting for what they believe in. We decided to interview students and staff members over their opinion on the Confederate statues.
If you keep a constant check into our country's news, you can't miss the ongoing dilemma we're facing over the Civil War statues. With protesting, petitions, riots, and even vandalism, some wonder what brings these certain individuals to act this way.
I think that they should be taken down kind of immediately. I don't like them. I feel like it's kind of a race thing.
You know, I'm sort of in favor of it being done the right way if the Confederate statues are removed. Yeah, and I think there is, as a Confederate, a Civil War museum. The problem I have with the Confederate monuments is there are monuments to people, and granted I'm a U.S. history teacher, that were traitors to the country.
Part of me saying not to take them down, but then again they do offend a lot of people. I guess reflect on the bad things that we did in the past and learn from them and not to do them again.
Do I have a problem with states, cities taking down their Confederate monuments? No, I don't. Do I have a problem with renegades doing it? I do. I think there is a process to go through.
I don't think they should be destroying them. I understand that they don't agree with them, but it's still property that somebody owns.
I don't think that it's necessary for them to destroy them. They could properly remove them or get a petition signed so then the government can remove them.
It's a conversation we as a nation have to have. It's an uncomfortable conversation we as a nation have to have, and we haven't figured out how to have it the right way yet.
I think this impacts our nation by affecting how people like interact with each other. Because like if you believe like the statues are like a good thing or like they should stay up because again they represent history.
We're not mature yet enough as a culture to be able to sit down, black, white, brown, Jew, Gentile, and just talk about our differences.
Reporting for Cen10 News, I'm Michelle Ibanez.
We are introducing a new segment called Life Hacks. This week's story includes helpful apps.
Hi, my name's Moses, and I'm here to show you 3 apps that you could get on your phone. The first app is Mr. Number. Mr. Number helps to block unwanted and annoying calls. If you get a call from a known scammer, it will automatically be blocked, and you can adjust the settings to fit the numbers that you want blocked. The next app is Feedly. Feedly can help you read multiple articles in the same place without having to go back and forth on websites. And you can look at different types of news articles like tech and video games. The last app is Snapseed. Snapseed is a mini Photoshop made by Google that gives you multiple tools to make your picture look amazing. If you want to add a filter, you can edit it in great detail to make the picture look the way you want. Reporting for Cen10 News, Moses Relas.
Choosing a college can be overwhelming. Now we have someone on campus to help ease this process.
Hello, Titans. It's that time of year again, and one tradition hangs above all our heads, the college admission application. Now, this may worry some of us, especially those who may not know what to do. However, we think we may have found some answers when we sat down with Ms. Portnoy, the new guidance counselor.
I am BRITTNEY Portnoy. I am a delegate from Collin College who is now going to be here at your school as a college and career counselor. So if you have any questions related to college or future careers, then come see me. Yesterday I witnessed Ms. Marshall show a group of juniors how to get into their family connection, and so this would be a good place for everybody to start. Is you can go in there and go to the colleges and you can click on, say you want to go into engineering like you said, you can put that in one of the fields, and then you can click on even if you want to go to a private or public, and you can narrow it down, and you can choose a state if you want to go out of Texas. You can choose in Texas. You can choose the size of the school that you want to go to. So it had a lot of options. And then I'll narrow it down, and then you can actually go and look at those schools. Or, again, come see me if you have that little list, and we can kind of investigate them.
What are some courses that you recommend all college students take, no matter what they're getting their degree in?
I know a good one is like maybe a personal finance class to kind of prepare you for life. You know, it's just something extra that you could take, as well as maybe another psychology class, because most of them you have to take at least one type of humanities psychology. So taking another one just so you get better skills at understanding people, how to work, you know, especially if you're getting jobs, like every coworker is going to be different. So an extra psych class can let you kind of understand people a little better, know how to communicate a little better, as well as maybe a philosophy class. Because you don't really get a lot of philosophy, I think, in high school, and so just understanding life in general, it's not really, it's more theories and people's beliefs and things like that, but it's just an interesting class.
This has been Wilson Tarpley, Cen10 News.
Now that we have a full-time graphic designer on our team, she'll be helping us illustrate graphics for our show.
Here's an example.
Oh, whoops, wrong clip.
Hey Titans, Bryce here with your sports update. Last Friday, our Lady Titans fought the Wakeland Wolverines in our home court. Despite valiant efforts from our players, the Wolverines came out on top in a 3-0 game. However, our Lady Titans will take on the Lone Star Rangers at Lone Star tonight at 5:30. The Titan varsity football team faced McKinney North last Friday, and after a rally in the second half, the Titans fell 28-34 despite their efforts. Tonight, our Titans will play against the Lakeview Centennial Patriots in Garland at H.B. Johnson Stadium. And don't forget to wear white at the game.
Titans, the advanced floral class at the CTE Center is selling minimums this year for homecoming. You can wear it on your wrist, pin it to your shirt, or hang to your wall to support your favorite team. You can buy a minimum for $10, which includes 2 trinkets, your graduation year, school campus, and lapel pin or wrist corsage, or one for $16, which includes 3 trinkets, a specialty ribbon, your graduation year, number, your organization/sport trinket or sticker. You can also customize your minimums for additional charge. To order a minimum, visit bit.ly/chsminimums and fill out the form and return it to Jennifer Jackson with payment no later than October 2nd. For more information, please contact Miss Jackson at jacksonj@friscoisd.org.
Don't forget the blood drive tomorrow here at Centennial from 8 to 3:30.
Be sure to check out our website at cen10news.com and follow us on Twitter at Cen10news.
Have a great weekend, Titans.